Growing veggies does not have to be hard, and it doesn't have to be expensive. I'm going to use a pot that I've used before, a tomato that got overripe on my counter, and soil that I've used before. But I don't think I have enough soil, so I'm going to run out to the garden real quick. It's not raining too hard. And by the way, enjoy. Usually here in Florida, if it's raining, it's what we call gully washers.
All I have needs, I have not provided.
It's mid-August here in Central Florida, and I could plant the tomato seeds out of this tomato straight into my garden. You can just keep an eye on it, not let it get too dried out. And you might want to cover it just in case there's any critters that might want to dig it back up. But if you live further north, middle August to be starting tomatoes may be a bit too late. And that's the advantage of putting them in a pot. When a frost or freeze comes, you can bring it indoors. So I'm going to run out there while it's not raining very hard. Now, if my soil out in the garden was still the real sandy Florida soil with no amendments in it, I would hesitate to put sand in the very bottom unless you've got some other things to mix in with it. So I got my soil out of the vegetable beds, and I feel confident in that because I've been amending my soil with lots of leaves and other matter, and it's really quite dark. So this came from the bottom of some compost that's still making compost. And there's a couple of earthworms that came with it. So this is leaves, my soil from the garden, and some compost at the very bottom. Don't worry if you don't have all that. If you don't have anything, be sure to get potting soil for your pots. You don't want it to be garden soil or anything like that. Garden soil is for like raised beds. Potting soil is specifically for pots so that it's not too compacted. So I have two different pots of soil here that I've used before. I've been kind of stirring around in it to see, is this potting soil or is it a mix like I just showed you? And this is definitely a mix. It's still got some sand in it. So that's what's going to go down here. And I'm about 2/3 of the way up, maybe 3/4 of the way up here. I know that's a bit hard to see on the camera. It's about 3/4 of the way up. And then I'm going to add potting soil on top. And you can tell because it's still got some of the vermiculite in it. And that's the little white dots that you see in there. So this pot actually had some arugula in it, and it did really well. Arugula is great for salads, and actually you can put it on your pizza as well. Okay. So let's talk about the tomatoes that you can do this with first. This is a tomato called Tomatoes on the Vine. And I get mine at Publix. I've grown tomatoes from them for years. In fact, the Tomatoes on the Vine seeds that I have now are several generations old. So what I mean by generations, I can plant the seeds from here. It'll grow a bush, grow more tomatoes, and then I keep the seeds from those new tomatoes, and that's one generation. So I have several generations now of these tomatoes on the vine. And the reason I love tomatoes on the vine for the garden is because you can eat them fresh or they make a really good canned tomato. Now I'm just going to plant the whole slice. This one doesn't have very many seeds in it. That's okay. Not 100% of these seeds are going to sprout. And it's okay if your tomato is old. It needs to be really ripe. In fact, I see some seeds that have already sprouted on the inside in here. That's a good sign. I do recommend that you get seed starting mix to go on top. This is a fine seed starting mix. Very soft, very fine. There's other seed starting mix that is more for your bigger seeds like squash, pumpkin, cucumbers. The small seeds that are in tomatoes, and let's say broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, they really need a really light soil to push up through. So if I plant them in my garden, since my soil is sand, I flick the sand over the top of them, being careful not to bury them too deep. And they do well out in the garden. But for some reason here in the in pots, it just doesn't work as well. In other words, if I was to take the sandy soil and put on top of here, the seedlings would struggle to come up through that sand. Now, if you have clay soil, it's the same thing. So get a good seed starting mix. And I prefer organic. I'm not a real stickler on that, even though my garden is organic. But as far as starting the seeds and that little bit of soil, I'm okay with that little bit of soil not being organic. When you're buying your seed starting mix, just kind of feel it. If you can feel chunks in there, it's too big. That's more for your raised beds. Now all I need to do is water it. Make sure the soil stays on top of it. You can cover this with some plastic wrap just to keep the moisture in there. It'll help keep it damp. You don't want it to be soaking, sopping wet. The seedlings will just sprout. Well, the seeds will sprout and the seedlings will rot. So just keep it watered. Here in Florida, it's still so hot that I have to water it twice a day. And as soon as they start coming up, well, then you start checking to see how dry the soil is. I use my finger as a test. It's free, right? Just stick your finger as far down in the soil to about there, and if it's dry, water. If it's still damp, just wait and test again, maybe later that day or the next day. Instead of slicing the tomato, you could just squeeze all the juices and all the seeds out. But I like to put the whole slice in there just because that part of the tomato is also going to feed the new seedlings as they come up. I've been successful in growing tomatoes on the vine, beefsteak tomatoes, grape or cherry tomatoes, right straight from the grocery store. It doesn't matter if it's organic or not, it's your preference. Organic doesn't mean that you're going to get exactly what you're planting. It could also be a hybrid. Hybrids can be also organic. So, why not get 2 or 3 different kinds and see what you come up with. As the seedlings come up, depending on how many of them actually come up and they're thriving, I may transplant some of these out to the garden because here in Florida, I can grow tomatoes as late as into December. Weather is unpredictable. You just never know. But you can grow them all the way until frost is imminent. So I expect to get tomatoes from this pot all through the winter. Thanks for watching. Please give it a green thumbs up. It really does help me. And why not subscribe? I have over 170 videos about gardening. I think they'll help you.
Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.